Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum everyone. Okay, jom kita tunggu ramai-ramai masuk. Sekejap Hai, siapa yang dah masuk? Say hi. Let me know if you are here. Okay, Assalamualaikum. Selamat petang. Okay, Assalamualaikum and selamat petang everyone. Okay, nama saya Ikin. Some of you have known me in Young Living, and most of you are here as my Facebook friends. So I will take this opportunity to introduce myself again. So my name is Ikin. I am an oil and gas project engineer, senior project engineer with an international company. Working professionals as project management professionals, and certified NLP Coach, Metaphysics and Reiki Master. Alhamdulillah. Right. So today Ikin terpanggil untuk buat sharing hari ni. Kita dikejutkan dengan kehilangan one of the talented artist kita kan, Siti Sarah. So it was a very sad news for all of us here. But it's not that because of Siti Sarah, but actually we have many of us have lost our good friends, our dear family which are close to us, and benda ni it becomes like macam new norm. Hi Ara, hi Chef. It become like a new norm, especially during this pandemic. Bila kita scroll je kita punya media sosial, ataupun bila kita tengok berita, ada je berita tentang orang meninggal, and then it's really sad lah. I mean during this pandemic kan, and the grief and sadness ni dia bukannya calang-calang emotions ataupun emotions that we can just disregard like that. So benda ni dia macam it's a big loss. Like suddenly you have it, but then like suddenly tiba-tiba orang yang kita sayang, orang yang kita macam we hold dearly in our life, tiba-tiba hilang. So kita macam something dia macam void tau. Sebab orang yang sekeliling kita ni, orang yang kita sayang, lagi kita akan rasa tau kehilangan dia. So bila kita kehilangan orang yang kita sayang ni, ada macam noise bising ke Afiq? Bising ke? Noise macam mana tu? Ada lagi tak? Kuat tak noise dia? Waalaikumsalam Afiq. Okay, so void, bila kita kehilangan orang yang kita sayang ni, kita akan kadang-kadang termenung, menangis tiba-tiba, and then like suddenly a certain smell, certain place that reminded us of all the memories kan. So feelings tu, kalau kita tak tahu macam mana nak betul-betul manage the emotions, these emotions ni dia akan store dekat dalam kita. So emotions, apa tu emotions? Emotions tu is energy in emotions. So energy, when we talk about energy, kita nak kena ada bunyi kipas is actually Ikin punya aircon. Sekejap, Ikin aircon ni sikit. Alright, so the energy flows, when we talk about energy, energy ni it has to flow. So that is a concept energy. So when we talk about emotions tu adalah salah satu forms of energy juga. Salah satu form of energy. Okay, so emotions ni kita ada like beratus, like hundreds different types of emotions. But the emotions that we want to talk about today is about grief and sadness. So because I think these are the two emotions yang memang closely relevant to us, because memang everyday kita dengar kan about the news of someone yang meninggal, someone yang sakit, someone yang ni. So that is what you call emotions yang kita tak boleh nak discount. Memang kita kena go through it. Okay, so hopefully the technique yang Ikin nak share hari ni would be a very beneficial for everyone that join my live today lah, hopefully, insyaAllah. So sebelum kita teruskan, I would like to take 1-2 minutes silent moment untuk kita baca, sedekahkan surah Al-Fatihah for those saudara kita ataupun kawan-kawan ataupun whoever yang meninggal dunia ketika this pandemic. So hopefully sedekah kita sampailah kepada mereka. Okay, right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, arrahmanirrahim, maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Alright. Okay. So, jom kita start kita sharing hari ni. So, I already introduce myself. Okay, so apa tu EFT? So, EFT stands for Emotion Freedom Technique. So, this Emotion Freedom Technique ni, dia something like macam bila kita sakit badan, kita pergi acupuncture. So, acupuncture ni kita guna needles and that needles tu dia letak dekat certain point dekat badan kita. And that point, bila needles tu dia letak tu, that area, they call it meridian line. So, what happen? For EFT ni, kita tak guna needles, tapi kita guna kita punya jari kita untuk kita tap that acupuncture area. So, that is what is EFT about. Okay, so when we talk about meridian ni, so meridian ni closely related to traditional Chinese medicine. So, traditional Chinese medicine is everything about qi dekat dalam badan kita. Hi, Denny! Hi everyone. So it's everything about qi ataupun energy dekat dalam badan kita ni. So study shows that badan kita punya emotions, kita punya thoughts, these are all energy. So how we want to look at it is that kalau kita punya emotions or kita punya thoughts kita tak cantik ataupun tak best at that time, somehow it will drag on kita punya physical body kita. So that is something that we would like to avoid. And for all of us, oilers, we are oilers. So we are creating awareness out there that it's not everything about physical. So we have to take care of our emotions juga. So in kita punya oilers community, we are making these changes lah. Kita nak create the awareness that we need to take care of our emotions juga. And when we talk about emotions, it's also related to our thoughts. Okay? Alright, so how is this EFT created? It was created by Dr. George Goodhart and also Dr. Roger Callahan. So they are, these two doctors ni, they are founder for thought field therapy. So they relatekan psychology and also kinesiology and traditional Chinese medicine and how they can incorporate these three techniques. And then dia punya student ni, diorang punya student Gary Craig, they thought he studied the technique and came out with what they call a form of a formula that called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. So this Emotional Freedom Technique lah hari ni yang kita akan belajar. Alright. So, what is the study that is related to this EFT ni? So, masa time tu, diorang nak tengok apa kesan EFT to those people that has emotional stress, yang ada sakit mental. So, they took a group of people, they divided into 3 group. So, diorang study. Satu group ni, diorang study on EFT. Lagi satu group ni dia orang bagi macam counselling, lagi satu group ni dia bagi reading a magazine. So tengok macam mana all these 3 techniques can help to reduce down the stress. So diorang guna, how they study, diorang tengok a level of cortisol. Level of cortisol ni daripada kita punya saliva. Okay, so cortisol ni is a stress hormone. Stress hormone yang dihasilkan oleh badan kita bila badan kita ni stress. Even kalau kita sedih, pun it will impact dekat badan kita, and badan kita akan start to release this hormone, cortisol hormone ni. Okay, so bila cortisol hormone ni terlalu banyak dekat dalam badan kita, that is where certain of parts dekat dalam badan kita ni start failing. Okay, and then this EFT, masa time diorang buat study tu, the 3 groups of people that they divided, so they found out that the group of people yang buat EFT technique ni, they find out that the cortisol level has dropped about 43%, so which quite effective compared with other technique. Okay, so this cortisol ni bila dia study is quite related to kita punya nervous system, and nervous system is everything about measuring the heart rate, and then kita punya breathing technique, kita punya blood pressure, and then kita punya endocrine, which is the system that is releasing hormone kat dalam kita. So that's why orang cakap bila stress, hormon dekat dalam badan kita ni pun jadi tunggal langgang, so dia lari. Okay, so that's why ada certain things that we can manage. So when it comes to emotions, so one of the technique that we can use is EFT, emotion freedom technique. Okay, right. So macam kita cakap tadi tu, emotion release technique ni is emotion freedom technique ni, dia something yang about distracting the stuck emotions kat dalam badan kita. So imagine that emotions tu dia kena flow dekat dalam badan kita. And bila kita stuck ataupun bila kita memendamkan sesuatu perasaan tu, so that thing dia macam jadi blockage kat dalam badan kita. So energy tu dia tak flow dengan cantik. So when we talk about traditional Chinese medicine, so they say that there's no chi flow dekat dalam badan tu. So kita nak bagi dia macam tap at that area, suruh macam clearkan that blockage supaya energy ataupun chi flow dekat badan kita ni jadi lebih cantik ataupun lebih smooth. So this is what we are doing dengan EFT technique. Okay, right. So coming back to this, let me besarkan sikit. Okay, coming back to this. So those emotions ni yang ada dekat dalam badan kita ni, dia stored dekat each of the area. Certain emotions stuck dekat certain area dekat dalam badan kita. So contohnya kita punya bahu ni is everything about burden. So like imagine you tengah angkat barang ataupun beban yang berat, so it will start to impact your shoulder. And also the same thing goes to any part of our body. So that's how emotion release practitioner read what are the emotions that is stuck in your body, because you don't have to say things, because your body will say, your body will show that symptom. So that is very important to know apa masalah dia. Tapi untuk orang yang tak aware, orang yang tak tahu, there's no awareness. So this is why we are creating this awareness. Sebab ada certain part bila badan kita sakit, it's actually a symptom that shows that there's an emotional yang tak settle, yang stuck emotions tu, yang tak properly address. So dia akan show the symptoms dekat dalam badan, dekat badan kita. And remember, so each of our cells ni, dia contains memory. So each of the cells has about 8 megabyte memories. So you imagine those cells dekat dalam badan kita ni, dia simpan all those memory even daripada kecil. Even though otak kita ni dah lupa, but that part of the body remember. That part of the body still can recall the emotions. So that's why we have to remember about that. Okay, I won't go through into details on this because untuk this slide, this is one of my slide when I teach my class. So in the class, I will go into details on all this meaning lah. Tapi this one I will just share. Okay, apa tu EFT and what are the acupuncture points dekat dalam badan kita ni? So the points yang kita akan tunjuk dekat dalam badan kita ni, it will related to all these few points. Okay, kita ada chop. These are the what they call the set up. We call it a set up step kita akan guna. So this is the setup yang kita panggil dia karate chop. Okay, and then kita ada dekat sini top of the head. So top of the head ni is referring to hundreds of points. Kalau dalam traditional Chinese medicine, we call hundreds of points because kalau kita tengok, this is where kita punya pituitary glands being connected. So yang pituitary gland tu is like a master glands yang control all the hormones. So dia dekat sini. So this is where master kita punya motherboard kita, otak kita punya motherboard. So dekat atas ni. So dekat sini it holds emotions of inner criticism, kita punya lack of focus kita, and kita punya mind fog. Kadang-kadang kita macam blur-blur, and then there's lack of clarity. So dia dekat sini. But the feelings, the emotions that stored over there is kita punya insight, kita punya instinct kita, wisdom, kita punya spiritual connections kita dengan kita punya God. So that is where that is stored over here. Okay, and then the next point would be in between kita punya eyebrow dekat sini. This is kita punya points kat sini, which this point is referring to kita punya bladder meridian kita. Kalau dekat dalam traditional medicine, this is where bladder meridian. So bladder meridian ni related to trauma, hurt, kita punya frustration in our life, kita punya kepenatan, restlessness, and a feeling of being dragged, shut down. So dia dekat sini. So bila this area being affected, so we tend to be less creative, things like that. And then dekat sini pula, when it comes to emotions, so everything about emotion healing, and then inner peace kita dia dekat sini, dekat in between of kita punya eyebrow ni. Alright, the next point would be eyesight kita. So the side of the eye dekat tepi ni. So kita ada left and right. So left and right, so sama je, dekat tempat yang sama, point yang sama. So dekat sini kita panggil points for gallbladder meridian. So gallbladder meridian. So when we talk about gallbladder, so everything about rage, anger, resentment, fear of change, mother, yang benda ni yang dipendam. So orang kata kalau marah yang amat sangat, amarah yang amat sangat, dia akan simpan dekat kita punya gallbladder. So things yang dia rasa macam tak settle dengan someone pun, dia akan simpan ke gallbladder. So that is kita punya side of the eye, is gallbladder punya meridian. And this is stored, dia punya positive emotion bila kita touch dekat sini. Yang kita nak storekan dekat sini is clarity, compassion, and understanding. Okay. Hi. Thank you for watching. Alright. So kita ada side of the eye, and then kita ada bawah mata kita. So below the eye. So below the eye ni is about bladder meridian kita. Kita punya bladder meridian. So bladder meridian, so dekat sini, dekat area sini. So bladder meridian ni, yang negative emotion that we want to release is about trauma, kita punya hurt, kita punya sadness. So hari ni kita akan banyak fokus dekat sini. Sadness, impassion, frustration, and under the eyes. Yes, betul. So dekat sini kita akan banyak buat point dekat sini. So dekat side of the eye, below of the eye, and then kita ada below of the under nose. Kita ada under nose. So under nose ni, kalau kita notice, dia dekat tengah-tengah badan kita ni. So dia dekat sini. So this is the center, the governing meridian kita yang control. So kat sini, kita, the emotions yang kita nak release dekat sini, dekat this area, is embarrassment, shame, guilt, grief. So grief, powerless, and then fear of failure. So apa yang kita nak stop dekat sini is self-empowerment, self-acceptance, and compassion. So this is where yang kita nak stop dekat sini. Alright, and then kita ada same meridian, bawah tu dekat sini, dekat kita punya bawah mulut kita ni. So this is kita punya chin, kat kita punya chin. So this one is central meridian. So central meridian dekat sini is everything about confusions, uncertainty, embarrassment, shame, and second guessing about ourselves. So dia dekat sini. So what we want to store balik is clarity, self-confidence, and also self-acceptance. So this is dekat sini. Right. And then the next point, the second last point would be kita punya kidney meridian kita. So dia kita ada collarbone. So dekat tengah collarbone tu dia ada macam ada lekuk kat situ kan. So that is the area. So that is untuk kita punya kidney meridian. So when we touch that, so dia something like macam acupuncture yang dia akan send electric signals to the kidney. So this is where untuk emotions yang kita nak release kat sini is emotions of stuck, worry, stress, the emotions that we cannot make a decisions. So apa yang kita nak stop balik is confidence, clarity, and easy to move forward. So kita nak benda tu dekat sini. Alright, and then the last point would be kita punya underarm kita. So underarm would be dekat bawah ketiak kita ni, bawah armpit kita. So for women, it would be just in between you punya tali bra. Okay, dekat situ. So the emotions yang stored dekat situ is guilt, obsess, hopeless, insecurity, poor self-esteem. So that one is under the armpit. And then what you want to store dekat situ is confidence, compassion to yourself and also others. Alright. So boleh nampak tak the relationships of what they call meridian lines and meridian points be part of our body. Okay. The next point would be, so I want to touch the gamut point. So gamut point ni dia dekat sini tau. So kita ada these two knuckle. So ni kan knuckle kita. In between kita punya last and second last knuckle tu, yang tengah-tengah tu. That is the gamut point. So the gamut point ni, so kita point ni dia cakap untuk kenapa kita nak perlukan gamut point ni, because sometimes when we want to change, when we want to transform, we want to have what you call less resistance. So sometimes macam body kita macam tak boleh nak accept. So kita we want to have that integrations between our body, mind and soul. So we need to integrate that. So when we want to integrate that, so these are the points that can help. So they said that masa time dulu-dulu waktu time army, China army dulu, so dia punya army sebab diorang nak ada that sense of loyalty, so they train dia punya army tu untuk touch this point, that's this gamut point. So to store the loyalty and less resistance within the what they call the troop. Okay, so this is the point, the gamut point, right? Okay, so bila yang kita nak guna EFT ni, so EFT ni you can use a lot of what they call functions that you can use this EFT, even for those people who have problems or issues with craving, macam craving for rokok ataupun craving for shopping ke apa kan, you can use the same technique. So there's a lot of things. Even if you want to go for weight management, of course you still need to take care of your diet and exercise, but at the same time having this EFT technique, it helps to less the resistance, so that macam everything will come smoothly. You punya diet, you punya habit, everything you can integrate together. Okay, right. So how is this EFT process is? So the EFT process, there are a few steps here. So one is we need to rate the emotions. Kejap lagi kita akan show how you can rate your emotions, and then the setup, and then the stepping sequence using all the points tadi tu. Okay, and then the last point would be kita kena rate balik emotions kita. Okay, so today because we want to handle the grief and sadness, so now let's start the process. So the process would be kita rate kita punya emotions. So now because all the emotions is related to grief and sadness, so let's bring ourselves to that awareness. So what are we grieving for? Apa yang kita rasa kehilangan sangat ni? Is it a person, or is it a place that we feel that we lost that place? Is it the lifestyle, or is it about the pet? So there's a lot of what you call subjective, what you call when it comes to these emotions is quite subjective. So it's up to you. What are you grieving for? What are you grieving for? Apa yang you sedih sangat, you rasa macam tak boleh nak move on? Okay, kejap, ada soalan ni, ada soalan daripada Izzat. Tadi tap dekat bawah armpit rasa macam tak selesa, ada something accumulate dekat situ. Yes, betul. Kalau Izzat rasa macam bila dekat that part you rasa tak selesa, continue on to tap that area until you rasa your emotions to settle, until you rasa macam you feel better. Kalau tak pun, you can repeat the whole process, that tapping process. Macam kita kan akan buat macam this one, kita akan start, kita akan buat rate our emotions kan. So when we want to rate our emotions, so kita rate dulu kita punya emotions, like how bad it is. Macam now it's about grief and sadness kan. So how bad it is, how bad is our grief and how bad is our sadness? Is it relating to is it related to kita punya what do you call, kita punya emotions, apa yang kita rasa lost sangat tu. So bila kita rate tu, so kita letak di intensity. Kata 0 ni memang tak ada langsung, 10 yang paling teruk. So where are we at now? So that numbers. So bila kita dapat numbers tu bila kita dapat the numbers, kita try ulang balik the sequel, the process tu sampai that number tu makin lama makin kecil, makin lama makin kecil. Ya, betul Aira. Betul tu, sebab now macam it's a very sad news kan about everyone. Anxiety due to fathers and miscarriage. She got over it. She never got over it. What should she do? Yeah, what we can do, so we can go through this technique dengan dia, this EFT technique dengan dia, because it really for me it's really helpful. But apa-apa pun is still up to that person, whether that person willing to let go these emotions or not. Because kadang-kadang sebab benda ni when she lost someone that she very love, like the father and then the baby kan, benda ni macam is a void tau dalam hidup dia. So dia tak tahu macam mana nak isikan that void. And at the same time, kita tak boleh nak cakap dekat dia to ignore the emotions, because the emotion is real. It's real. And but what we can do is we can help to help her how she can go through the emotions. So these are one of the technique lah that can help for her to go through the emotions. But up to her whether that she willing to do it or not. So nanti bila waktu time kita buat the what you call the exercise tu, you try balik tanya dengan dia, how are you now? Are you okay? Are you looking forward to change? Maksud change kat sini tak semestinya dia totally forgotten what had happened. No. The memory is still there. So it doesn't mean that she she don't love them anymore by forgetting them ke apa, tak. Tapi what we want to do over here is that kita nak kurangkan impact that anxiety or emotions tu. Sebab bila benda tu ada, she cannot move on further. So she will keep on like macam stuck there. Itu yang kita tak nak, because stuck emotions ni yang akan ada impact dekat dalam badan kita. Itu yang kita tak nak. Okay, so coming back to here, so first rate the emotions. So kalau macam Aira tadi, if you want to do this protocol with her, so first rate the emotions. If she say 10, it's okay, that is her number. Even if she say, oh, I am more than 10, okay, it's okay, just put a number so that you know where to monitor. Sebab benda ni kita akan buat selalu until that number tu makin lama makin kecil, makin lama makin kecil, and insyaAllah hopefully one day she would be able to get zero. So we are helping her to go through the journey. So this is dia punya inner journey untuk dia lah. She still need to go through, because sometimes the emotions ni, Allah bagi kita the emotions tu because Allah wants us to learn something out of it. Tu yang benda tu yang kita nak belajar lah, apa benda tu. So because each of us we have different learning. Allah curated that what you call module untuk kita. So this emotion, so imagine emotions, all these emotions that Allah gave to us, this is the learning yang Allah bagi. Okay, nah belajar. So this is so as macam kawan or family ke apa, we can use this technique to help her to go through the learning lah, the lesson, the life lesson. Okay, right. So first kita rate the emotions, and then the next one is setting up. So setting up is we are using this point, the karate chop point dekat sini. So setting up ni is very important if we want to have that sentences. So that sentences to have to include the current emotions, and at the same time we have to accept ourselves. Okay, so like today example is about grief and sadness. So kita just insert that what do you call that words, even though I'm grieving and I am sad, deeply sad, I deeply and completely accept myself. So you just slowly touch kat sini. So kita bagi that acupuncture point kat sini using our hand. So just touch kat sini. Okay, next one. Then we will go through all the points. So kalau ikut original teaching from Derek Craig, we can just use the same sentences for all the points. Okay, even though I'm sad and even though I'm grieving, I completely and accept myself kat sini. And then kita akan point kat sini. Second point, third, side of the eyes, below of the eyes, under the nose, the chin, the collarbone, and the armpit. But for all the oilers, okay, this EFT, the technique itself works. But for all the oilers, we have another magic that we can incorporate in. So let's say if we have our emotions oils dekat dalam ni. So nampak tak? Okay. So usually people will ask me which EO to use, but I would say you can use any EO your choice, because your body knows the best. So what is the best is like use your instinct, choose the EO. So the EO that I need for myself today is Idaho Blue Spruce. Okay, Idaho Blue Spruce. Okay, this is for me. So kalau untuk oilers, untuk set up ni, so what you can do is you can just drop. Okay, drop. Smells. Let the smells go into your limbic system. So the limbic system is also where your emotion sits in. Okay, get the smells. Okay, and then you just rub dekat belakang your neck. Okay, until dekat lekuk, kepala lekuk belakang tu kan. Okay, so you can do. So that is for all the oilers out there that you have essential oils. Is much better. You can incorporate essential oils because we want to have that smells. Because when we touch, is a what you call it, is a kinesthetic. So we already have the emotions with us, and then now we integrate with the smells. Okay, let's go and start. Now kita akan guna the same sentences tadi. Even though I am grieving, I'm sad, but I completely accept myself. Top of the head. Even though I'm grieving and sad, I completely accept myself. Then, in between the eyebrow, even though I'm sad, I'm grieving, I am completely accept myself. Side of the eye, even though I'm sad and I'm grieving, I'm deeply, completely accept myself. Okay, under the eyes, even though I'm sad and I'm grieving, I am completely accept myself. Under the nose, even though I'm sad, grieving, I am completely, deeply accept myself. Then under the dekat sini, even though I'm sad, I'm grieving, but I'm completely accept myself. Even though I'm sad, I'm grieving, but I am completely accept myself. Okay, under the armpit, even though I'm sad, I'm grieving, but I am completely accept myself. Right. So that is the first round. The second round, you can say, I feel lost when I lost this person, but I am allowing the emotions to flow. I still love this person. Okay? Even though I'm sad that I lost this person, but I am allowing myself to feel these emotions and allowing myself to feel it, embrace it, love myself more. It doesn't mean that I love anything less, but I'm allowing myself to move on. The memories will still be there, even though it's difficult, but it's okay. I have so many things to cherish, so many things that I can be grateful for. I'm still living. I am still living, and I still have to move on. I'm allowing myself to move on. This one under armpit, I'm allowing myself to move on. Then start. There's a lot of things that I want to look forward into in my life. I have my friends, I have my family, I have people that I love too, and I'm being loved by the people around me. Thank you for the experience. Thank you for the emotions. Even though it's difficult for me now, I know that I can move on. I will be okay. I am okay. So much things that I want to achieve. There are so much things that I want to achieve, and inshallah these emotions will help me to achieve it. Okay, so just ulang that sequence. So now kita dah buat that sequence, and then kita rate balik kita punya emotions. Kita rate balik. So just now, masa time Ikin start tadi, I was actually grieving for someone dear that I lost before, and when think of her, I still can cry at that time. The emotion was still there, was very bad before, but now it's okay, and I understand that is one of the experience that I have to go through. Okay, so how about you guys? Okay, Izzat kat sini cakap, every time I buat EFT and ERT, I mesti akan yawning. Ni pun baru lepas yawning. Yes, betul. Betul Izzat. Yes. Means your body like releasing it. So your body less tense. So dia rasa macam relax and mengantuk. Yes, betul. So that is one of the reactions lah. Dia setengah orang dia keluar angin. Macam sendawa ataupun buang angin kat bawah tu kan. Ada setengah orang dia pergi urine. So these are the forms of emotion release, and I most of the time I berpeluh, so that is also releasing the toxic in our body. Okay, so that is the sequence. So now bila kita dah buat all those things, and then now kita pergi kat kita punya gamut point. So this gamut point ni, dia ada cara dia gamut point ni. So when you touch, when you tap, first you boleh buat dengan eyes open, and then close, and then eye to the left down, right down, clockwise. Ni susah sikit sebab dia kena macam integrate kita punya brain and then anti-clockwise. Okay, so now that is kita dah buat dekat this gamut point. Now we want to integrate our left and right brain kita. So kita punya left, kalau ikut tradition Chinese medicine kita, left and right is about yin and yang. So left is everything about when it comes to emotions, is more reflections of our inner world. And kita punya right brain, brain kita is yang, dia macam the masculine. So it is everything about the outer world. So how we want to relate that is by using notes. So for left brain, we will use notes, so yang kita boleh menyanyi ataupun kita boleh berzikir ke apa ke. So when we have notes, we are integrating the what we call the cell, kita punya left and right brain kita ni. So for left brain, we are going to hum. So probably like macam today, we are going to like zikir subhanallah walhamdulillah wala ilaha illallah, because it's a song, macam songs kan. So dia ada dia punya notes dia. Ada setengah orang dia nyanyi happy birthday, so it depends. So I pun macam ikut mood juga kadang-kadang. So let's say today, let's say kita cakap kita nak menggunakan zikir. So kita gunalah subhanallah walhamdulillah wala ilaha illallah wallahu akbar, subhanallah walhamdulillah wala ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. So that is for left brain. For right brain, we are going to use digits, numbers. So kita akan kira 1 sampai 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, right. So affirmations kita dah buat tadi. Okay, then the next step is kita rate balik emotions kita, okay ke tak. Kalau tak okay, katakan kita punya goal is to get smaller number, tapi kalau kita punya emotions tu, kalau that numbers tu dia besar, like macam dia number tu akan semakin berkurang, tapi probably daripada 8 dia pergi ke 6, lepas tu 6 you buat lagi, buat sampai that number, kalau you boleh can go down to 1 or 0, that is much better. So you boleh ulang this process. Okay, that is EFT. So EFT is very simple. It's very simple. So macam ada setengah juga yang buat macam EFT ni. Buat EFT ni dia menggunakan few types of essential oil. Maybe the first round dia guna one essential oil, second round dia guna second essential oil, third round dia guna third essential oils. So you can use your essential oils with it. Macam Ikin guna satu je most of the time. So depends on what are the EO of the day. So I will just use that. Okay. So any questions tak on EFT so far? EFT is very powerful, you guys. You try. Sebab the same technique, but the things that is different is the statement, statement that you insert in. So that is the one that is different, and it's also depending on your situation at that time. Macam contohnya, macam you ada anxiety, so you gunalah anxiety. I am anxiety, I have anxiety now, but I am deeply, completely accept myself. So just follow through that ritual, that protocol tu, all the points. You just tekan, tap all the points. Because remember, kita dah lah incorporatekan the oils. Oils ni, it helps to macam tackle kita punya limbic system, and then kita masukkan juga touch, which we are using the acupuncture point waktu time kita do the tapping tu. So that is the things lah yang very helpful. Okay, so you have any questions tak? Let me know. So that is my short sharing for today. Hopefully membantu untuk kawan-kawan and my family out there. Hopefully this technique helps. If you need any if you need any helps ke apa, you can just feel free to reach me out if you have my number, or otherwise you can drop me a message in my Facebook Messenger. InsyaAllah kalau kena ada time, if you free, I will reply you immediately, insyaAllah. Okay. So kalau ada apa-apa soalan pun, you can just drop me a message lah, apa-apa, or you can just call me. So I'm free after works. So kalau during weekdays, kalau weekends tu anytime lah, you can just drop me a text and ataupun tanya lah I free ke tak, sebab kan sometimes macam weekends tu ada training, full day training kan. So let me know. My pleasure, Aira. Okay, so hope you love my sharing today. And insyaAllah, I will try to share more of emotion release modalities in the future, insyaAllah. Doakan ya. Okay. Alright, thank you guys. Jangan lupa to like and share my post. And Ikin pun baru launch juga my YouTube channel, baru je. So insyaAllah all the recordings will be available dekat Ikin punya YouTube channel. Alright, see you guys. Bye. Assalamualaikum.